I just don't know what to do with myself.
Meow, meow. We are rolling, by the way.
When your balls are giant.
How beautiful people that you saw in that music video just then are my friends.
I mean, that's a push. That's a stretch.
We're more than friends,
We're more than
especially after that music video.
I mean,
Let me tell you, the amount of twerking that I endured.
I think we've established. Enjoyed, yeah. I think we've established quite the opposite, to be honest. I mean, I don't think you were ready for that big.
For the jelly?
I don't think you're ready for my jelly.
Yeah, I wasn't.
There's kisses going.
I was having a breakdown from laughing so much.
I quite enjoyed being like the dominant woman pulling you down. I could see myself doing that legit, but I just felt, I didn't get that same energy back from you.
Guy was loving it. Hold on, because she was like, "Oh, should we film it again?"
Yeah.
You should
Let's get another take.
She's like, Glory, it's the 70th take. Just one more.
Should we use tongues this time?
I was thinking maybe we could get my asshole.
Just kiss my ass.
I just think it would look more authentic, No,
Hook it up.
the opposite. Like I feel like you're quite tame, Gory. How was your feeling of it? I mean, obviously we all know that you want to be in a relationship with Megan, and this was your big chance. But I feel like maybe this changed your mind, and now you've realised you.
I'm straighter than ever after that.
Yeah. If anything, I've turned you more straight.
Yeah.
You don't want any lesbian passion with me.
And never want two fannies twerking on me ever again.
You are such a liar.
Well, I make no guarantees, Georgie.
For it,
I think you're asking for a little too much there, frankly. How did you? I mean, who's the better kisser out of me and Naomi?
Me.
I mean, I'm gonna need some more evidence from both of you.
Ooh, baby, I'm willing to give it. Yeah.
Mate, you're all fucking tough. Them lips pursed up like an asshole when I approached.
Yeah, they did.
Don't give you a kiss.
Yeah. I want some hot lesbian pash. Oh, you're not meant to wince when I go in for the kill. Jeez.
Right. Anyway. So we are the Roastie Girls.
We are the Roastie Girls.
And we're starting a podcast. And we don't know how often it's going to be yet because we're all extremely busy.
Especially me. I'm the busiest.
But
very important.
Yeah, she's very important.
Oh, not Naomi.
I mean, least important person I know.
Well.
Your own fantasy. Well, you are busy though.
I'm extremely
busy doing nothing important.
I can't get through one announcement without you two arguing with each
other. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll behave.
But no, when we're not together in the same room, we will be zooming it and all of that.
Yeah,
all of that.
All that stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, we're starting a podcast, and you can watch it on the other channel that I'm setting up this podcast on that will be called The Roastie Girls.
Yeah.
No!
Gory, do you want to...
No!
That will be called OnlyFans. When Charlie met Georgie. And Georgie Winston
No!
No. What was I going to ask? Oh, I forgot. Right, yeah. Gory, do you want to talk a little bit about...
Should we explain our name?
That's what I was just going to say. God, I can never just have a moment, can I?
Go.
What, explain the Roastie Girls?
Yeah. What a
well,
roastie is.
I think everybody who sees this would have just seen.
Yeah,
but
Gory, get assaulted. Sorry, you go.
Well, yeah, the word roastie comes from incel culture. A roastie is a vagina that's had a lot of sexual activity, and these men who think that they're experts in female anatomy think that your fanny starts to look like a roast beef sandwich when you've had a lot of sex.
Factual, that is. I mean,
factual. I mean,
got a roastie to prove it.
Yeah,
mate, you started with a roastie. I
was born with a roastie. So, So then I thought, like, why don't I make it a play on the Beastie Boys and make a Beastie Boys track? We can all rap on it and have a wonderful time and reenact some classic Beastie Boys scenes, but as the Roastie Girls.
Yeah.
That's the explanation.
Yeah. And try and get the guy filming it to go to a hotel with us. Well, I mean,
No.
With you.
just me.
Just you.
But find out he's married and subsequently be very disappointed. Anyway, yeah. Do you want to know a funny story? One of my favourite funny stories.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've told you about when I was giving birth.
I don't remember.
Right, so my mum, how would you describe?
I was going to say stern, but she's also quite funny.
She can be stern.
She can be stern, but it's also funny. She's self-assured, intelligent.
I think she has she likes to have a perception that she is, I don't know, well-behaved, straight-laced.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is what. So I was giving birth to my daughter, and when we were in hospital, my mum said to me, and I love the absurdity of it. She just, I can't remember what she said. It might have been just shortly after, or like whatever. But obviously she saw me, fanny. And
Is that the first time she'd ever saw your fanny? Well, obviously not the first time, but probably in a long time.
She saw my baby fanny, but yeah, I mean, she's not been, and she saw Violet like actually come out my fanny. So
Okay.
she saw it all. But yeah, when she afterwards, she was like, "Oh, Charlotte, you could have done porn." And I was like, "Oh, now you tell me." Could have just been doing porn all this time. Disgusting.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was a compliment.
That was, yeah.
Pushed the baby out of it now though, so it's too late.
But it goes back. It's a muscle, baby.
It does go back.
True.
Yeah.
It's probably stronger than ever.
It is the only muscle I've ever consistently committed to working out. That and my brain.
That in your brain, of
Yeah.
course.
Core muscles not doing quite so well, but swing some roundabouts.
So this is just like a sort of little extra thing.
I think let's do I think it would be fun. Let's talk about the video a bit more. Let's dissect it a bit more. Favourite bits?
What, from the filming?
Yeah.
Probably having two people twerk on my face.
Really?
Well,
Why do you say really? That was absolutely a highlight.
that is a highlight.
Yeah.
That was great fun.
But there were lots of bits that I very much enjoyed.
Yeah.
I really like the shot of me playing guitar.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's really good.
It is literally like a Post Malone, like, I've been tested and I feel like a rock star.
Yeah.
It is fit. If I didn't know you and I watched that video, I'd be like, dang,
Who's that girl?
Damn.
Dang, girl.
I'm gonna want me a piece of that.
Well, you can thank Lucas for that. That was his vision. He saw the
Yeah, I
light.
did.
I saw the light.
He saw the light coming down, and it was like perfect sunset coming through the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was a highlight.
Yeah.
Your apple tit scene.
Yeah, that was a
Absolute
highlight. Your bouncing tits, that was a highlight.
Titties and ass.
That
ass and
spinning
titties.
around the thing, that was cool.
Yeah, like spin, like so much stuff that we just never thought. We just didn't plan. It went surprisingly well,
Yeah.
given
Yeah.
the lack of planning
Yeah.
and preparation.
This is always how my music videos go, though. Like, you literally have to just make shit up on the spot, and it turns out like the best.
Yeah.
I had the best time.
Yeah, it was
We
great
drank
fun.
prosecco and wine,
Mhm.
relentlessly having
We
to
were
stop.
feeling fine.
Yeah. And I had to relentlessly stop for snack breaks for
Oh,
Naomi.
so many snacks, man. I
Naomi,
needed it.
Naomi, we're on a time.
It was, but I
Time
need to-
limited here.
I need to
I
food.
just need another snack.
I need to food.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so nice. Just with friends to just be like feel free and
Yeah.
just be creative.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun doing it. It
And
was
feel
great.
sexy, but in like a clever, funny way.
Hmm.
You know, not like tits for tits' sake, although, you know.
Out there.
That's also good.
Yeah. Hey, who doesn't like tits?
Yeah.
What's your like favourite shot though?
I don't know, it's really, really hard to pick. Because I just absolutely loved all of it.
Mm.
I just thought it was so fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a great day. Oh, it was a great day.
Oh, we all had fun.
Yeah. So I drank us about it.
Yeah. Now, if we could have ended at the Queen's, like, that would have been like the cherry on top.
Okay, cool. Let's react to some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am very reactive, as we discovered.
You're very reactive.
So I got some nice videos of Naomi when we got home. Naomi was very drunk by the end.
Can I drop in a clip of that
Yeah.
Yeah.
right now?
You. Fuck off.
Why am I a cunt?
Fuck off.
Why am I a cunt?
Because you're fucking you. You're a cunt.
Am I? What makes me a cunt? Belligerently so, and decided to tell me, in a slightly incoherent manner, a few home truths about myself. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I love you. You're very reactive. You're a cunt. You have to bleep that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. She called me a cunt a lot.
She's a cunt.
I am a
Casual
cunt.
cunting.
Yeah.
Casual cunt. Exactly.
Casually cunting.
Yeah.
But
It's a
yeah.
loving cunt.
Although throughout that conversation, you were the most reactive I've ever seen you. Couldn't get a word in edgeways. No, Charlie, you are.
Yeah, I was pissed though. You're reactive sober. Ah. Oh, well, I don't agree with that, but
I've not. Am I reactive to you?
no, we don't really argue.
No. And like I said last night, you have been fucking irritating over the years. A decade ago, frankly, you were a
You dickhead.
you were a liability when we were younger.
Yeah, mate, you're allowed to be liable when you're younger.
Well, I wasn't. I was quite
Yeah, but you were like
tightly wound
I've got
and sensible.
My calf kits and things, age 22. That was you.
I did have my Kath Kitson phase, yeah.
Yeah.
I can remember. This is an example of what liability you were, yeah?
Mm.
What did you do? So I think I gave you an umbrella because it was raining when you were going out, and I was like, just don't fucking lose it. Just don't lose it, Naomi. So you went out on a night out, and I was like, I'm really like, because I worked all through uni, and I was like, I'm up for work really early tomorrow. Please don't wake me up when you get home. Please be quiet. So, go to bed. And what was it, about 4 a.m? Doof, 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 doof. Charlie! Doof, I looked out the window and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've lost my bag. What about my umbrella? Yeah, and that. Okay, so she couldn't get in. But she had found a lovely skinny white boy to bring home, so...
Didn't lose that.
Yeah.
Didn't lose it.
And then I gained listening to that for the rest of the night, so... Oh, memories, eh?
Memories.
And like, it's that when you were younger, that is what you were like, Naomi. I could just fucking predict that if I told you not to lose shit, not to wake me up, not to do something, you would 100% do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Listen, guys, I was just having a good time.
Yeah. At my expense.
Yeah, but you weren't being fun. I was being fun.
So fun. I used to love how that you just had such a penchant for skinny white boys.
Penchant.
Like a Yorkshire skinny white boy. I can remember us at that age. What were we, like in our early 20s? About a decade ago then. Fuck me, we're old. I can remember us like crying with laughing. Like crying with laughing, crying with laughter. Talking about your escapades, Naomi. Can we relive some of them?
I'm pretty hungover, but we can try.
I don't mean physically enacting them.
Oh, I was about to come out.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
Not today. Not today. My favourite is always going to be Harold. Do you remember Harold?
No, I don't remember Harold.
Oh, it's the guy
How
that I
have
brought
you
home.
forgotten that absolute gem?
It's the guy that I brought home from the club.
Everybody in the club.
Everybody in the club.
Naomi gets in. Naomi walks in, starts looking around for her next victim. Any skinny white boys in here? I might take you home. So yeah, she comes home And
I was calling him. I was bringing this guy back.
And so we need to mention, that we lived in a part of Leeds where there were loads of roads, and they all started with Harold Grove, Harold View, Harold whatever. So we were on one of those. And the next thing you hear is
Harold!
Naomi being like, Harold! My name's not Harold. Yes, it is Harold. You will be Harold for me tonight.
So you got his name mixed up with the street that you lived on.
And I think that pretty much sums up you a decade ago. Harold. My name's not Harold.
I think it is.
Sit down, Harold.
Because you'd like clearly said that in the taxi, like just before you got there, and you were just like, "That's your name now as well."
Yes, Harold. Do me, Harold. My name's not Harold.
He had to escape out the window.
Harold, you're prettier when you don't talk.
I couldn't find my house key, so he had to get out the living room
Can you
window.
believe that, guys? She couldn't find her house key.
Poor Harold.
Harold had a good time. He woke me up with his dick in my face. It's disgusting.
Is that not assault? What the hell?
No, but he wasn't like slapping me in the face of it. But
It was an invitation that you didn't accept.
Like, fuck off, pal.
You were like, Harold, last night I was all up in the Harold, but this morning, what was his name?
Yeah, I don't know, Harold.
Yeah, sorry. Harold, shh, you're prettier when you don't talk.
Yeah.
Shh. Harold, come on.
Harold, get out.
So that's one of my absolute favourites. Okay, right. Yeah. Can we just to put this in perspective as well, it's not that me and Georgie aren't fun, but like, well, you were the fun one, weren't you, at uni? Because like I was in a long-term relationship all through uni, so I wasn't sleeping around. I also, when I was that age, I was quite scared of it as well.
I think I wanted to, my thinking was, I want to get with lots of people and I want to learn what I like, and sex is fun.
Sex is fun.
So,
and looking back, I wish I'd embraced it younger and not been so... I was just a bit of an anxious mess at uni, to be honest. At that age, I was, like I say, I liked Cath Kitson and I was very tightly wound. Yeah. But we all move on, guys.
Yeah. And uni is anxiety-inducing, as I'm currently experiencing.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I've never been so anxious.
While we were at uni doing our course, you were at uni not doing your course. So you dropped out your course, but just stayed living with us, and or like, you know, having that kind of lifestyle with other people who were at uni.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe you were but you were like free.
Yeah.
I can remember that's one of the ways like I would describe you, like, I don't know, like unstructured, but like unstructured, unreliable, annoying, all over the fucking shop, but pure joy. Because you just...
Sounds like a dog or a cat you're
No, but you were joyful, and you can only kind of get that joyfulness by being carefree. So I accepted that you were irritating and would wake me up at 4 a.m. and lose my shit and just
Sounds exactly like my cats.
Yeah.
I just sort of like look at my cats sometimes and go, your life is just joy. You have no schedule. You have no worries. You just go around. Well, they don't fuck anyone because they don't have any balls, but... Yeah.
I go around marking my territory.
This is true. This is true. Literally. One of my... This is... Can we talk about the when you were drunk, and we can cut this out anyway, can't we? Can we talk about when you were drunk and you were sat on a guy's lap? That you were...
Oh, God.
Can we talk about it?
Embarrassing stories.
It was a decade ago. Can we talk about it?
I don't mind, yeah.
Okay, you tell it. I want to hear it again. I want to relive the joy of hearing these stories.
Basically, there was this guy, I was at a party, I think it was a house party, at my house actually, and there was this guy that I was getting with, or trying to get with maybe. There was like flirtation, something was going to happen. Eventually did, but before it happened...
I was going to grind him down.
I was
That's a joke.
I was sat on his lap, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up and I'd pissed on his lap.
Yeah, but it's not even that's the funny thing. The thing that I found the most funny was your just entire indifference to it.
Yeah.
You weren't horrified?
Yeah, but now I'm like, oh,
And now
at the time, not
no,
horrified.
you weren't.
Yeah,
What did you said something to him. I can remember you being like, he was horrified, but you were like, oh, it's only on one leg, or something like that.
Get a grip.
Just
Just a bit of piss.
Just a bit of piss.
Some people like it.
I was planning much worse for later.
Some people ask for this.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Shit on
funny.
your chest
Yeah,
later.
it was just your sheer indifference that I found really, really funny. Oh, come on.
Come on, pal.
There was a couple of things. I wish I could I wish I'd written it down because like some of it was fucking golden.
Golden showers.
Yeah,
Hey.
some of it was literally golden. Okay. Can we talk about the best one? What's the best one?
Don't know.
So I don't know if anybody noticed, but Georgie in the video donned a cap.
Mm.
You got it, didn't you? Yeah. Do you want to tell it, Naomi, or the cap says? No, right. The cap says one of Naomi's most golden lines ever. I need to stop saying golden. I'm sorry, but one of your best lines ever.
So basically, what happened? I bought this guy home, and he had a big old schlong. Like, we had sex, and then he came and rolled over, ready to go to sleep, and I was like, "Squeeze me." Pretty sure there are 2 people involved here. And he was like, yeah, but I'm tired. I said, well, yeah, so am I, but I still want to fucking come.
Yeah.
And
You
he
weren't
was like,
stopping. You weren't going to sleep until you came.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, well, I want to fucking come as well, pal. And he was like, well, I can't bother. I can't bother. I was like, are you joking? He said, yeah, no, I'm tired. I can't bother to do it. And I said, I'm not a spunk depository.
Yeah.
Either make me come or leave. So we left.
Yeah.
He didn't believe me at first.
No.
Though. It was like, because it was like 2:00 in the morning.
He was like, "Are you really going to make me leave?"
Yeah.
And
And I was like, yes.
Yes.
I am not a spunk depository.
"Yeah,
Make me come or leave.
yeah,
Fair enough.
did.
Fair enough.
yeah."
And this is the thing, guys, listeners, like, you men out there.
This is
need
not
to
all.
make-
It's not all.
Not all men,
Some
but
men
it's
are
a
excellent.
lot of you. It's
Yeah.
a lot of you who think that only your needs must be served.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So like for one night stands, you've got to be like, well, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
A lot of the time, I need to shave my entire body.
Yeah.
There's a lot of prep goes into being a woman and having sex.
I have
Yeah.
I have a clip actually of a red pill guy talking about this. I
Yeah.
can show you.
Yeah.
But I mean, what like, and I know like some women are difficult to make come, and
Put the work in, learn what she
but
likes.
well, sure, but at least have tried.
At least try. There we go.
Yeah.
At least try.
And
Don't
at least
think
be
that
like,
it's
what?
fine
At
to
least be
leave
like,
it.
what do you need me to do? And then
Yeah.
let the woman be like, it's just not going to happen for me tonight. But, you know what I mean?
Exactly. But also, ladies, you need to stop faking orgasms.
Yeah.
I mean,
One-
that does not help.
Yeah. yeah.
Tell. Don't be afraid to tell someone
Because
what you like.
the amount of like, so like,
I know men who like have said, oh, I always truly believe that every woman that they've slept with has come, and I'm like,
Yeah.
babe, what, just from penetration? I very
No.
much doubt that.
yeah, yeah.
Like, that's not happening.
Percentage wise,
They're
you'd have
faking
had to have
orgasms.
been very lucky to hit it
Yeah.
like that.
It's
Yeah.
something like 30% of women come through just penetration.
Yeah.
So no.
It
Sounds
absolutely, and like, I think it's much better to just because that is exactly what is promoting this whole, this whole thing that men think they can just stick it in and that you're gonna come.
Oh yeah, and
Because-
porn as well.
Porn as
does
well,
not
yeah.
help.
I don't know. So,
Some
not-
porn's great.
not the
but
stuff
a lot
I
of
watch,
it's,
but- yeah. But yeah, it does. Like but women just keep faking orgasms, and I get it because it's a difficult conversation to have, isn't it? But yeah.
I've never found it difficult.
No, okay. Well, I mean,
But it is for some. I understand
Yeah.
that. But for me, it's like, but it should be a pleasurable experience for all
for
involved.
both people, yeah, exactly. And it's just that disrespect of like,
It's
what you're basically just
disrespectful,
gonna
yeah.
masturbate into my vagina.
Yes,
Yeah.
and treat it like
like
spoke depository.
you're like, I'm not just your hand. Like I
Yes.
want. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. Like the act of it itself is like very enjoyable.
Yeah. So maybe you just want a quick shag.
But and sometimes that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like you should have the option.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a clip. Like this is a podcast that I've been using quite a lot for like material for this. It's called Fresh and Fit, and it's run by these two guys, and they're
on there as well.
yeah, they invite women on to like debate with them, but the women are never like prepared, you know, to debate. So that they'll like spit all of these like bullshit facts and opinions at them, and the women are always like blindsided, like, oh yeah, I don't think that's right, and he's always going like, oh, you're just in your feelings, these are the facts, and like that's his whole podcast basically.
Yeah.
It's such bullshit. Yeah,
So he
but
needs
this
to
is
invite us on then, basically.
yeah, like he needs to actually talk to a woman who's prepared to talk back to his bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're literally they're always either like an Instagram model or an OnlyFans model. Like they're always like on the podcast literally just because they want to
those women then as well.
they do shame like sex workers as well. But everything bad. But anyway, this is a one clip about what he says.
This is gonna make me angry, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm already furious. I hate them.
It's not that biology is like he needs to come in order for that to happen,
Exactly.
right? And that's why, like, and it's
A
true.
woman's orgasm is useless.
Stop saying that. This is the oh my God.
It's
But
necessary.
it's not necessary, bro.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of societies, they cut a woman's
So
clitoris
then
off.
why am I
It's
having
useless.
sex with you? I can go get my own money.
Yeah.
I can go get my own cars. I can go get everything for my own.
He literally
self.
just defended FGM.
Yeah. Right. His argument unravels immediately. The only way his argument works is if he only has sex to procreate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing
Yep.
he doesn't.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Right.
Oh, so do you have blowjobs?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
When it comes to what's the point now?
Redundant hand jobs, redundant. In fact, to be
Yeah.
honest, we're just going to milk you when we want to procreate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then just like
time.
stick it in.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Your argument makes no sense. Next.
I found it. I just saw another clip that I've not watched before, but it looked interesting. But like, basically, this guy, he calls himself like the godfather of the red pill because he wrote this really popular book all about red pill theory. So this one he's called Rollo Tomasi, and it's called Rollo Breaks Down Why Women Fake Getting Off. So let's just check it out.
I hate them.
I've heard you talk about this before, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to get in on this conversation here. I'm gonna fuck this up in two ways. Okay, I'm gonna go one way and then the other.
Let's do it.
The first is statistically speaking, women will fake orgasms more for alpha men. Because and you would think, oh, like, you know, beta guys like, oh yeah, because beta men get her off.
Statistically,
no,
yeah.
it's not. It's because she sees you as a beta and you're not worth faking an orgasm.
He's full of bullshit statistics. Like that's his whole thing.
How would you even know
Like
that?
you can't. He's just full of such shit,
honeys,
and he makes it sound scientific.
The way that he says it with
stats.
such fucking chest.
yeah.
Like, it says that with confidence.
That's
How
their
would you
whole
know?
shtick. That's their whole shtick.
What does that even mean?
It doesn't
as
mean
well?
anything.
What the fuck are you on about?
Right.
If the guy is alpha enough, she will fake an orgasm. And this is from research, right? Will fake an orgasm for a guy that she sees that she has genuine desire for. Because if it's like a spur of the moment thing, it's the same
Is it
night
peer
late,
reviewed?
whatever
Yeah.
it is. If he doesn't
I've not
get
looked
her,
into
maybe
this
she's on
one,
the rag,
but
right?
like I've looked into loads of their like what they cite.
Yeah.
And I break it all down in the video basically. I've not looked into this one though.
This is wild.
brag, right? If he doesn't get her off and she wants to keep him like locked in so that once she's sort of come back around where she's ovulating again so that she can have sex with him later, she will pretend that she got off and he was a great lover because she's trying to retain. It's a mate retention adaptation. It's like a strategy. So that's number one. Number two is this, and this I looked this up when you had this conversation last time, and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of debate right now as to the what is like the use or the function of female orgasm. So there's two theories about this. The first one is that it's mate retention. If a guy can get a woman off of that oxytocin,
Mate retention.
that's like a post-orgasm, their system is flushed with oxytocin. I think it's progesterone. I'm not an endocrinologist.
I've done no research.
There is a bonding that goes on if you can get the woman off, and then you're kind of there in the.
I mean, that's true. Right.
But those hormones, those are released throughout sex. It's not. It's not just that your orgasm and then you get that release. That's throughout the whole sexual experience. Bullshit. And again, his point only stands if you only orgasm in order to procreate. Yeah. Otherwise, the point's redundant. Next.
The sex afterglow right afterwards. So that's one. Another one is if you get a woman, if you get her off, then it's supposed to facilitate some kind of like, it makes fertility or makes insemination that much better. That's, neither here nor there. But the other thing is that, so it's that mate retention kind of thing, but it's also, some people are saying that maybe it's like a vestige. It's like sort of, it's what's known as a spandrel. It's just sort of, it was there. It's not necessary. The thing about orgasm, it's not necessary for a woman to get off to become pregnant, and that's where that comes in.
Yeah.
So what's
the
the secondary function? It's possibly pair bonding.
Yeah.
That's that. At least those are the popular ways of thinking about it. So one is alpha guy, I'll fake orgasm so I can retain this guy, and the other one is like, well, you're getting off to keep that guy, or he has to keep her, because it facilitates pair bonding if she's getting off with that guy that she has genuine desire.
So they believe that he believes that women fake orgasms just to keep men.
Yeah.
Why you want to keep him if he doesn't make you orgasm?
Do you know what I mean?
For money. They will say for money.
Sometimes maybe women doing it because it's long, because he's not getting there. Maybe she doesn't want to hurt his feelings. Maybe she's fucking bored. Maybe she just wants it to be over.
Maybe she's just started taking antidepressants and she just can't get there anymore.
Like, what? What is this mate retention chat?
But I'm
faking orgasms for mate retention.
Yeah.
I've done the research.
So unsexy the way that they describe everything.
But let's just break down the logic of
no wonder you can't get any pussy when you think of it all like this.
Well, you probably can get
nice bit of mate retention there.
He probably can get vapid pussy.
They all do get very sort of, I think, vulnerable pussy. I would say, which is quite sad.
His argument fails. On logically it fails. First count, the mate retention thing, the bonding thing, is bullshit, because those hormones that he refers to are released during the entire sexual process. The clitoris, or an orgasm, is not a button that you press to release those. Do you know what I mean? Like, mate bonding is. It's not a flick of a switch.
Maybe there is like some science behind that, but to say that that's the only reason,
in
that's
and of
what doesn't make
itself,
sense.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
that's why women do it.
None of these arguments make sense unless you think that orgasms only have any value in so much as they allow you to procreate. Which, let's be honest, how many men only want to orgasm to procreate, or only want to come to procreate?
Yeah, exactly.
These guys never wearing condoms. How many kids do they have?
Yeah.
Why do they want to? Are they procreating?
Yeah.
I hope they only orgasm when they want to have children.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else this entire thing makes no sense.
I know that that's not true for at least one of them, from like stories that women have told about him. Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But he tells all of his followers, like, use condoms. You don't know what you can catch from all these dirty sluts and all that.
Well, hang on a minute.
But he doesn't wear condoms himself. Like the women who slept with him have said he doesn't wear a condom.
But why would you be using? If you're using condoms, then your orgasm is pointless. It's invalid. Why have it in the first place? Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting that he's telling his followers one thing and then doing something completely different.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same with all of these idiots.
Why
it's just a grift. It makes them a lot of money out of vulnerable men, because they'll sell courses and stuff they do consulting where you paid like fucking, I think it's like $500 for like half an hour on the phone with them.
Wow.
And they're just like, I'll coach you to become an alpha male and you can fuck
They sound
8, 9s and 10s like I do.
sound like cam girls. Like half an hour for a phone call.
Yeah.
£500 for a phone call.
I feel like that's going to fall down. Ah!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh
No!
Oh no! Sorry.
Wait a minute.
I'll stop. I'll stop leaning.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We're losing her.
Floor so it doesn't break.
Oh.
And then.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Very good.
I think it's like, I mean, it's just simple, isn't it? Like, sex is supposed to be pleasurable for both people. It's something you do for pleasure.
Both. Or 3. Or 4. However many people.
However many people.
But it should be pleasurable for all.
And otherwise you're just using somebody as a vessel to masturbate into.
Yeah.
And that is gross.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, so watch a bit more.
Of this one, I don't know, mate. It's pissing me off.
I've spent the last like 2 months watching this non-stop.
Are you on like any like blood pressure tablets? Now? I'm like,
I don't know how I do it.
I'm
honestly.
I'm triggered. You know me. I'm reactive.
Will misinterpret when I say a woman's ejaculation is irrelevant. What I mean by that is I don't want guys doing the most to please their girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3 dildos,
Why would you?
finger in the butt, you know, weird hentai porn in the background, opera music playing on the side, weird candles and shit like that. Like some girls need a lot of stimulation to get off. And that's fine. It is what it is. But this is why I tell y'all, man, a girl that doesn't have a crazy promiscuous past is going to get off a lot easier than a girl that has a crazy past. Now, is that in all cases? No. There's definitely going to be girls that are virgins that still might have a hard time getting off, and a girl that's like a fucking huge slut is going to be able to get off easily. But
it's the more sex you have, the easier it becomes to orgasm. Of course. Because all that sex, of course, changes your anatomy and the way that your body works.
Exactly. That's a roastie.
If anything, the more sex that you have, the more you learn about your body, the more you know what gets you off.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Some girls need a lot of stimulation to get off. And that's fine. It is what it is. But this is why I tell y'all, man, a girl that doesn't have a crazy promiscuous past is going to get off a lot easier than a girl that has a crazy past. Now, is that in all cases? No. There's definitely going to be girls that are virgins that still might have a hard time getting off, and a girl that's like a fucking huge slut is going to be able to get off easily. But on a balance of probabilities, a woman that doesn't have a past is going to be able to get off a lot easier than a girl that does have a past. So all I'm saying for the guys out there is you don't have to do all this extra shit in the bedroom to compensate for your lack of performance outside the fucking bedroom. Because a lot of you guys are soft, weak, don't take leadership, don't take direction, aren't decisive, don't tell your girl how to, how things should be done. You're not a dominant man outside. So you got to do all that extra stupid shit when you get in the bedroom because your presence outside the bedroom is mediocre.
Stupid.
So then you have to overcompensate, do all this stupidity in the bedroom. And that's where a lot of guys find themselves with blood on their fucking face, eating girls out when they're on their period, which I don't want guys doing that shit. Be the man outside the bedroom so that when you come into the bedroom, you don't got to do shit. And she's going to try to validate you guys. And
you
again,
notice here's another
that's what it is.
Here's another thing is it's also used as sort of a shaming tactic right now. So a guy who's a real man or masculine guy knows where the clitoris is, right?
I've been 1 minute guy.
I've been on this planet long enough to know how to
yawning.
I know. The worst thing is about this podcast is they don't let the women
speak.
They don't let them interject.
Of course.
And if they do,
because they're dominant men, alpha.
And if they do try and interject at any point, if they do it too much over the host, then they just kick them off.
So
they kick them out. Yeah.
The first thing that I was literally just thinking that I was watching it, I was like, they've got these women. This is not in an environment whereby there can be any real debate. Because it's their environment.
Yeah.
They're calling the shots, and it's on their terms.
Yeah. But they use every podcast like this as an example of, haha, look how stupid women are. They don't know how to debate with us alpha males about facts and logic. When they're just literally OnlyFans girls and Instagram models that are like, I'm just came here because I wanted some followers. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I wonder if it'd be good to for a feminist podcast to invite them on for a real debate.
Yeah, actually have a good conversation with these girls.
Yeah. Or why don't we invite them now come and debate us.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
And I won't
need
even
to debate,
I won't even
yeah.
cut you off.
Yeah.
Wow.
You would debate Rolo and
100%.
and the boys. Yeah.
I think they'd be really easy to debate as well.
I honestly don't. I think you'd be really good in debate. I probably think you would be as well. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like when I'm in under pressure speaker, I feel like I'm like, I don't know. I can talk.
Yeah.
I can write a really good script, but when I'm under pressure, I don't
I know
know.
what you
Yeah,
mean.
sometimes I
Yeah.
get that.
Thankfully,
you would be-
I'm
you'd-
reactive.
You'd be
so.
good.
I think you'd be
You are
really good though.
reactive.
If you wanted
So
to
you'd be
debate like with you and you, I'd be up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come at me, fam.
Anyway, let's watch the last bit.
Woman and orgasm. Thank you. It's not all that hard. I can figure it out now, right? But it's not like some magical ability. It's not like I have to be some rocket scientist to figure out how to do that. But that has a man's inability to do that, or women thinking that a guy couldn't do that because he's inexperienced, he's an incel, he's too, he's a virgin or whatever else. That is used, I think, as a sort of a bargaining chip or as a shaming chip. I think it's like, well, you don't know how to give a girl, you don't even know where the clitoris is. It's like, it's not that hard to figure this stuff out with experience.
What kind of women is he describing as well? Because I mean, any relationship that you get into, you communicate. No, who's gonna stand there and be like, well, you don't even know what the clitoris is? You're just gonna be like, right, let me show you how to get me off, and in return, you show me how to get you off.
Yeah,
like, but but the woman that he's presenting is a bitch. You don't even know where the clitoris is.
Is that what he was saying?
Yeah, like that's how women are.
Oh, right, okay. I mean, like, some men don't.
Sure, but like, if you're with a partner that you're having sex with, you're not going to be like mocking them. You're just going to be like, right, let me help you.
Yeah, and also when women say that, it's because some men don't. Because some men, you don't like care. Or like, that happens more so when you're younger, I think. I've definitely had experiences where guys just been like it's like fucking DJing or something. You're like, you're not getting the spot at all.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
But then that's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not their anatomy. There's nothing wrong with, as long as you like, everyone loves a trier.
Yeah.
And it's not like I want somebody, and also like everybody's different.
Yeah.
There are going to be techers that work on you that don't work on me.
Yeah, exactly.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Everyone is different, so you just need to be able to communicate what you like.
Yeah.
And vice versa, so that both people get off the end.
These guys don't even care about getting women off as well. Like, they don't.
No.
It's almost like, no, of course they don't. And that's just like,
So why is he complaining about that then? Like, what?
I don't know.
Understand.
I don't
He doesn't
know.
even care.
Anything to paint women negatively, I guess.
Pretty
Men are
much.
such trash. They're awful. They really need to debate some like feminists who know what they're talking about.
Just some educated women who are actually given the opportunity to speak on an equal footing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm up for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fresh and fit if you ever see this.
Yeah.
You cunts.
Then you can make me
Three
come
British
after as well.
girls.
I tell you what, I'll win the debate and then you can make me come.
Although they're like really racist as well. Like they're black, but they're racist against black women.
Oh really? What's
Yeah.
the issue with black women?
They think that they're like aggressive, they're too masculine, and
Oh my god, they actually
yeah.
But with those like racist stereotypes as well.
Yeah. And
That's internalized
they just-
racism. That's
Yeah.
actually so sad. That's
Yeah.
actually really sad. I find internalized racism to be, that's like some colonial level bullshit. Wow.
Yeah.
That's white people that have taught you that. That's like embarrassing that you'd even say that publicly.
yeah.
Wow. That is
They
literally so
don't. They
colonial.
say that they don't sleep with black women as well, but there has been at least one black woman who's come forward and said that she slept with him. So,
Wow.
but yeah, they say that they don't sleep with them because they don't find them attractive.
I mean, like that's fine. whatever.
I mean, you can have a
don't find
preference,
attractive,
but like,
to come out with like that colonial bullshit, to come out with like actual stereotypes like that,
and they
black men is wild.
Yeah, and they get the women on the podcast drunk on purpose. You see that they all had like red cups.
Yeah.
They serve them alcohol in those cups, and that throughout the podcast, that like the girls just get drunker and drunker, and they'll like do shots as well and try and get them as drunk as possible, just so they sound as stupid as possible on the podcast.
Oh wow!
And
it's really fucking sinister.
Oh, it is, and what else? Yeah, and one time, like they kicked off a black girl. So they got her really drunk basically, and she got in a bit of a sort of disagreement with Myron, one of the guys.
And what then they called her aggressive, did they?
Yeah, basically they kicked her out basically, but she couldn't go straight away because she had to like get a lift or something. I don't know, but basically it got really heated up, and really like she was drunk and Myron was clearly trying to egg her on and get her more pissed off.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where she like was stood at the door and Myron was trying to like get her out, but like Myron was like not touching her, like really not touching her, but he just kept on going on at her until she got so pissed off that she like stamped her foot down on his foot.
Did she?
And then as soon as they got that reaction out of her, they just basically turned to the camera and went, "It's always the black girls, isn't it?"
Did they?
Yep.
This is what I mean. Like, so they goaded her. They goaded her and goaded her, and it was a trap.
And she was drunk.
Yeah.
Grim.
Yeah.
But, you know, due diligence, do your research and have that thought process before going on something like that.
I don't think they realise, like, I know the way that they invite them onto the podcast, they always go, "We want to discuss sex and relationships." That's literally all they say. They don't say we're massive misogynists or anything like that. They just go, "We want to discuss relationships," and the girls are like, "Cool, yeah, I'll go on. Oh, you've got loads of male followers? Well, that might get me some followers." And they go on thinking that it will all be fine, and then they just sort of get them really drunk and shout misogynistic shit at them, and
it's really predatory, isn't it?
It is,
because they're not going for like you said, they're not going for like I mean, I can't say these women aren't strong or whatever, but they're not going for, you know, like typically strong, opinionated women who are going to chat back to them.
No, they're not.
Very predatory.
But even if you were, you're not like.
Some of them do, to be fair. Some of them do really try, and some of them do a pretty good job, but most of them either stay pretty silent, or some of them will just agree with them and go like, yeah. You know.
And it's wrong of me to say they're not strong, because what do I know? And also, like, in that situation where you're being shouted at,
everything's
be difficult.
Everything's being done on the guy's terms.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're going to be kicked out for saying the wrong thing, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No. Absolutely. And it's like you say, Georgia, you can be a very thoughtful, considered, articulate person, but not be able to do it on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How awful.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be reactive, and for that, Naomi.
Exactly. So that's why you're perfect.
Do you know who's brilliant at it? My mum.
I actually still can't get over like what he was saying about women who've, because I got it wrong at first, but when he was saying that women who have had a lot of sex are, what was he saying, that it's
harder to get them off? Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's just irrational.
Yeah.
It's like you were saying, if anything, Charlotte actually would be easier because they'd know what they liked.
How would he know though? Because he says he never gets women off. So how would he even know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So strange.
I don't think he knows how. So he just like copes and goes, "Oh, it's pointless."
They just aggressively present their blind prejudice as fact.
Yep.
With such confidence.
That's basically what it is. That's what the whole thing is.
There's actually research. Is there? Is it good research?
That's how a lot of men like get into positions of power. Just like the confidence,
literally,
not even knowing what you're doing. I'm just going in.
Yeah. I often
they did a whole podcast about 2 hours long that was basically went into the numbers and the facts about how rape culture was all a lie. So they had this statistic when Obama was campaigning. Him and Biden both had this line that they said a lot, and they said 1 in 5 college women will get AR'd or SA'd, sexually assaulted in their time at college.
This yesterday. The fuck up.
So basically, so that put this sort of statistic in everyone's head. 1 in 5 women will be ARD or SA'd at college. And they went through like these surveys, and they basically, the whole podcast was to try and prove why that was a lie and why they were overstating it, because they don't think rape culture exists at all. They don't think it's a thing. So I went through that entire podcast and completely debunked everything that they said.
Yeah.
I tore it apart.
I look forward to hearing that.
Yeah, me too.
It was exhausting because I basically had to learn how fucking surveys work, how reporting surveys works, how you get statistics and where you get them from. It's so complicated. And
Yeah, absolutely.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is so like. It's actually quite dangerous to be saying things like that as well.
Yeah,
it's
the whole
really
thing is
dangerous. For women.
dangerous.
Yeah. Like nearly every woman I know has been SA'd at some point in their lives. Like,
or,
truly.
or at the very least been made to feel uncomfortable and pressured.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Like almost every single woman I know. So for them to say that is disgusting.
yeah, I've been stalked.
Have you?
Do you not know that?
Corey,
Stalked.
can you let this go?
Yeah, but were you really? Are you just lying? You know?
Oh shit, yeah, sorry,
It's
I'm a
just-
woman, so I lie.
Yeah.
It was just that few times that I was in the garden.
I
Yeah.
just like to watch you sleep. Good.
Yeah, why you gotta
What
make
of
a
it?
big deal about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It was
What
only
happened?
it was only on one leg.
Yeah. What happened? Who was it?
He didn't even know me. He just found me through the internet
No.
and got obsessed with me, and he kept on sending me emails and found me through social media. He started messaging some of my friends as well
Stop.
to try and get to me when I ignored him. Yeah, and eventually it got to the point where he lived in Southend. You know where Southend is?
No.
It's like literally
Was it not
the asshole of England, like right at the end. You know where Essex is, like the point.
Right. Yeah.
You're the
yeah.
asshole of England.
So basically, he drove from there up to Leeds. Like that's like a 5-hour drive.
Stop.
To do what?
He turned up outside my work because he found out where I worked.
Stop.
No.
So at that point, I called the police. I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah. This must have been quite a while ago then.
Yeah.
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 That's awful.
Yeah, it was before I was even like a big YouTuber. I wasn't even like, I didn't even really have an audience at all at that point. Like I had a very, very small YouTube channel where I just uploaded like DJ mixes.
Oh yeah.
I had like 2,000 subscribers at that point. And yeah, he just found me and got obsessed with me.
And thought, yep, she'll do.
What
I'll
happened
take her.
then? So you called the police and then what? You got a restraining order.
No, I don't think it ever got to that point.
Really?
Well, no, it takes a lot to get a restraining
Yeah.
Is it?
I think I would have to go to court to get that, right?
Hours to turn up outside your work. That's not enough for a restraining order.
No,
No way.
not at all. I mean, I think we should have this as a topic like on another one, because obviously my job used to be domestic abuse law and getting people non-molestation orders, which is the civil law equivalent.
I mean, how far do you have to go for a restraining order then? Because I'd want someone restrained
A
after
lot. A lot.
that. Wow.
A lot. Yeah,
That's
because
bad.
mate, don't even.
They basically said, we know about it now, so if he ever comes near you again, call 999.
So if he comes for you again, you're going to wait until he comes for me again? Are you fucking joking?
Well,
this guy's driven 5 hours to get here.
They looked
He's
into
emailed
him.
my friends to find me.
They looked into his like past and they found out that he wasn't like, he'd never actually like been violent with anyone. So
So first time for everything, guys. Are you
so they were just like, if he
joking?
comes near you again, call 999. We know who he is now, and we'll come straight away.
But I mean, the law
What the
is
fuck?
yeah. But Naomi, to counter the law is is if he had no criminal record or anything, to do something like that.
Yeah, but so what? Like, is the law like isn't always
But yes,
correct. I don't think.
Well-
And like someone emailing your friends to find you.
Yeah.
Like stalking on the internet, like emailing you all the time, driving 5 hours to turn up outside of your work after finding out where you worked. To me, that should absolutely be enough for a restraining order.
Yeah.
Because that is so intimidating and terrifying. I don't think it's okay that you were told, if he comes again, like, mate, he's done the most already. I don't want to wait for him to come for me again.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that you don't have a point, but the alternative side of the argument is that people are given a chance. They have to be told. That I imagine the police will have warned him that if there's a repeat of this behaviour.
I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is what they do for non-molestation orders. Or civil, you know, yeah. If you haven't, the legal aid agency won't give you funding for it unless you've certified to say that you've tried to warn them first. If this behaviour doesn't stop, then we're going to go down this route. There are, I mean, I can see some rationale to that. I'm not saying that I think the line is drawn in the right place.
I don't at all. Like, yeah, give people a chance, but don't give people a chance to attack me. Don't give them that chance, because that's the chance that he was given, essentially.
Well, every law has got to be like the two peoples have got to be balanced against each other. And I mean, you're coming at it from like a rational, we don't know what his mindset was, what mental health, but we don't, like, you know, maybe all it was that he just needed to be told, this isn't okay, so don't do it again.
Okay.
He did contact me, like, after he'd been warned by the police, like the police had talked to him. He has contacted me since, but I've like...
Has he?
Yeah, but he's not come near me. But I don't know if he's tried to come near me. Honestly, I don't know, because thankfully he doesn't know where I live.
Yeah.
But but I don't work where I used to work anymore, so he could have tried, and I don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. I don't agree with that at all.
But he sent me an email as well. Like, after he turned up outside my work, he sent me another email saying that he tried to follow me, like, my car home. But
what the fuck?
But he was unsuccessful, because he, like, literally ended up going up to Harrogate somewhere. I was like, thank fuck. But yeah.
Corey?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. That law is wrong. That's incorrect. I fully disagree. Bad. He should not have been given the chance to come for you again. That's ridiculous. No. And he clearly did need to be told. Like, you said maybe all it was is that he needed to be told, but yeah, tell him of a fucking restraining order. That is wild.
Well, that's criminal record, isn't it? I mean,
good. Like, that's like criminal behaviour. That is criminal behaviour. You've stalked someone. That's not legal.
Well, I mean, it is legal
to stalk.
Not to stalk, but I mean, what if it has to have been a certain amount of things for it to become stalking or illegal or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I don't agree with that law. I don't agree that he didn't do enough.
So you don't agree with it, but it's not illegal.
But he's a stalker. Stalking is illegal. He stalked her.
Well, obviously not, because if it had met a threshold for criminal intervention, they would have done it.
I don't see how stalking someone isn't... I don't understand.
Yeah, there has to have been enough events of
right, okay, so you're saying, like,
significance.
technically what he did wasn't illegal?
Well, yeah. Had he continued to after a warning?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying I don't agree with you. Trust me, I worked in this system, and the courts and some, not all, of the judges' understanding of domestic abuse, etc., was appalling. And I did my dissertation on this as well, so like I know quite a bit about it. I mean, I think I need more time to get into it, to be honest. But yeah, we should probably do a podcast on it.
Yeah, for sure. It's really interesting.
Yeah, because it used to be my job that obviously it was family law, so it only applies if it was like, it wouldn't have applied in your situation. I couldn't have got you an order because he wasn't a family, like he wasn't an ex-partner or a family member. So this law it's Family Law Act, so it's not relevant to people you don't know. But
I don't think the law does enough to protect women, but I'm saying that without having done enough research.
I mean,
it is actually really unusual to have someone stalk you that you don't previously know, because when I called the police about him, the first thing they asked me was, how do you know him? I was like, I don't. Yeah. And they were like, what, really?
Well, I think probably because he was just like a fan who took it too far, as opposed to I mean, if we do a podcast on it, I can talk to you about, I mean, because there's negatives for men as well in the system. There's negatives, I can talk you through like a balanced, or my version of balanced, of the pros and cons of the way the system currently works in terms of family law, you know, anti-harassment orders, but they're called non-molestation orders or occupation orders. So I can talk you through that and some of my experiences, some of the pros and cons, particularly with the legal aid agency as well. Yeah. So yeah, but maybe we'll save that another day.
For another day.
Just because otherwise I'd be here like an hour and a half telling you about it all.
Yeah. What do you think about dating men that are shorter than you?
Listen, right. Okay. I like to think of myself as a feminist, as a modern feminist. But let me tell you right now, as a 6-foot woman, I don't want to date someone shorter than me. And maybe some people see that as problematic and not a modern way of thinking. But I don't want it. I don't want to date someone smaller than me. And that's, you know.
Why not though? Like, why?
Because I've done it before. And I remember going in to kiss him at one point, and I looked down and he was stood on his tiptoes to kiss me, and it was the least sexy thing I've ever seen. And I just think, no.
Was he a lot shorter than you then? Like, quite a few inches?
Not a lot. Maybe like that much, maybe. And we were stood on like a slight hill, so he stood on his tiptoes to kiss me. I was just like, no. It just felt like I'm kissing a little boy. I'm not into it.
Okay,
Sorry, guys.
I get it, yeah.
Not hot.
It does seem like it's
Not hot
like
for me.
literally the number one thing for a lot of women though, and I don't get it. Like, it's so important to a lot of women, and I've just like never really understood why it's so important. Like, I get the preference, but
I think it's the way that like society tells men that they should be like, you know, the protectors, and women should be like innocent and feel protected or whatever.
It's almost like a little bit of a, I don't know, a little chip you've got that would fit into the incel agenda.
Yeah, it would, but
I mean, like fine, like whatever, but I don't find it
You're
sexy.
just being honest. Fine, sure. Let me tell you my position on it as a tall, broad woman built like a brick shithouse. I don't mind at all. The thing I've started to mind as I've got older. The reason being is that men mind, and that puts me off. It puts me off.
Men don't want a woman taller than them.
Yeah, like so the last guy I like properly went out with was shorter than me, and I thought he was fucking God's gift. Oh, still do, but anyway, I digress.
Men do mind. Like, even my partner now, if I'm wearing heels and I'm taller than him, it's not like a complaint of him, but he'll like always be like, oh, you're taller than me. And I'm like, I know. Do you know what I mean? Men do.
Yeah.
So,
and like, well, I mean, you look back at when we were in the band, like who I dated. He was really a lot shorter than me, wasn't it? I can remember someone coming up to me in the pub and be like, why is Charlie going out with that boy? But
that's the thing, because it feels like, for me, it felt like a little boy.
But I just fancied him. Look, you're going on what your body and your mind is telling you. So did I, and I fancied him, and I wanted to sleep with him. And I did. It wasn't great. We'll bleep that bit out. But he then fucked me off to go out with this tiny little pot doll woman, and I'm just not into it. I just, you know. So, but I do tend to always go for men that are kind of my height or just very slightly above. I just fancy men. I just don't really fancy really tall men that loom over me. I just never have. Which is annoying because it just means I'm always going to look giant on pictures next to these slim, not that tall men. But there is, it does, and it's certainly doesn't, like, height and stature certainly doesn't correlate with penis size, I don't think, in my experience. So it doesn't bother me, but it started to bother me as time has gone on because I can feel that it bothers men. It definitely does bother men. I bet these men who are complaining about women always want something taller than them, I bet they're not going out with girls that are women that are taller than them. I bet they're absolutely not.
But anyway, that's it for that episode. With that, we're out.